Hey guys, it's Rick from Ozark Living Homestead. It's Sunday the 10th. It's probably about 10:30, going on 11 o'clock. I already shot one little update this morning on the goats and stuff, but I'm getting ready to do a little more work, just a little more work on this solar tracker. This is one of the actuators that actually came with one of those satellite dishes. I've got, I think, two more. I think one more, because one didn't have one at all. And these actually work. All of them work to come with it. This is one of the first ones. In fact, this is the one that came off of this dish, the one that I used here, and it may not be long enough. Again, this is a test. I know it's strong enough. It's a pretty heavy duty one. It's a good, well-known brand, Run Wise satellite actuator. But I've got this little 12-volt battery. It's actually a pretty good little battery, but it's 7.5 amp hours. Which is not much for nothing, but I think it will work for this. If not, then I can put a bigger battery. It's not a big deal. But what I wanted to show you is just hooking the hot and common to these. You'll see this thing move. It moves very slowly, so you guys will have to kind of watch it. And I'm not going to extend it all the way out at first, but just to give you an idea before I put it up there. We just touch it to hot and common, and that actually starts this thing moving out. And I think you guys can see it and probably even hear it. Yeah, it's moving out. And that's how it will actually turn the tracker. It's kind of hard for me to see through this thing because the sun is shining right over my head here. But you guys can actually see it moving. If I can keep the wires on it. And the way this thing works, and it'll work with the actual, oh gosh, I can't even think again. The sun tracker itself. The eye, it's like a little computer. Once it reaches the end, it will reverse polarity, which means, I'm going to stop it from here. As you can see, it extended out quite a bit there, and it has a long ways to go. But what it does in that little sun tracker that I'm going to put up there, and as you can see, there's red and red. You reverse it and you put your black on your hot, on your positive, and your positive wire on your minus. And if you'll watch this thing, it's bringing it back in. And that's how it will change it, to bring it back east to west or west to east. Yeah, it's bringing it back in. And you can actually hear it humming a little. And I'm going to put it up on there, and then I'm actually going to get a little bit of footage of it actually moving the tracker itself. You know, of course, with me doing it manually, because I'm not putting the tracker there yet. I still have to go get those unit struts. Like I said, I've got to go over an hour's drive one way to get them, and then I'll bring them back here. And then I'll be putting the tracker on there with a 100-watt panel to get it all adjusted and everything. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna put this up there, and then we'll run another good test on it. Go on here. You better go away. Alright, I'm not playing with you. You guys see me get a tight by that turkey. He does it every time. Yeah, I'm not tightening these down real tight. I'm just kind of snugging them up. That way they won't be real loose. And when I get the final adjustment, I'll tighten them down good. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and hook the battery up, and you can actually see the rack move back and forth here. Well, guys, it's moving it, but it's moving it so slowly that you probably can't even tell, or you probably can't see. I can see it being this close, but you probably can't tell. It takes a while, and again, these things don't move very fast at all. They're very slow, but they're always during the day just tracking the sun, and they move a little bit each time to keep up with the sun. You actually can see it actually move out some, but again, it's just real slow. And if you look at that little black rubber boot on the end, you can actually tell it's came out a little bit. Yeah, you can see the black rubber boot now moving. And right now I've got it going from east to west. And the sun is right directly over me, a little more to the south from where I'm at here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna come back in a few minutes. I'm going to extend it all the way over to the end, and then I'll cut the camera back on. Hey guys, I started to film the last part of this, and I actually thought I did film it, but turns out I didn't. I actually went in the camper just a little while ago and started to upload it, and realized the camera must have shut itself off. I know it does have a battery saver. It shuts itself off, so it must have shut itself off, and I didn't realize it did. I pushed record, and apparently it was not recording. But anyway, I just want to go ahead and finish up this video so I can get it uploaded tonight. As you guys saw, and since I'm looking at it, I actually remember, I actually put this actuator upside downwards. It doesn't matter. I'll turn it around when I actually go to do it right and get everything up there, but it's kind of upside downwards, but I'll turn it around when it needs to be turned around. And if you guys will look, there's a gap right straight up there in the trees. If you look at that gap on the first part of this video, you can actually tell that the rack is actually moving. If you'll focus on that gap in those trees, you can actually see that the rack is moving past it. Because like I said, I know it's really slow, but it's supposed to be slow. It's only supposed to move just a hair each time to keep up with the sun. I'm not sure how many times it does move, but it actually works. And you guys have seen it work. One of the things I'm going to do, and I don't want to make this video too long, but on the next one that I do, is another one just like this one. I'm going to experiment on making it a dual axis to where it will go north and south when needed and east and west. Now this bolt here, and it's a threaded rod, and that's how I'll do my north and south come winter and summer. You know, just thread these bolts down. That'll push that panel back facing more south, and then it'll get the exposure it needs for the winter time. But anyway, guys, you guys saw it. It actually works, and like I said, I'm not going to bore you with any more of it. But yeah, it's actually moving now. I've got to go charge this battery up, because I'm sure, I don't even remember the last time I charged this battery. But it's actually moving. I can see it moving now. So, all right, guys. If you look up in the, and this is probably wrong, but I'm going to put a link to the first one here in case you missed some of them. It's going to be up there in that top right corner. I think it's the top right corner. If not, I'm going to find out pretty soon when I upload this video. But you'll see a link going to the first one where if you haven't seen it from the beginning, you can go back and watch it from the beginning and see what I've actually started with and how I started with it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it off from here. I'm actually getting ready to go blackberry hunting. I don't have to go very far, just right behind the house. I go every 2 or 3 days. That gives them time to ripen up. That way I don't have to walk far. It's just a small patch back there. But I always get a little tub about this big full each time that I go, and it takes me less than 30 minutes normally. So, all right, you guys have a great day, and like, subscribe, and share.